iCareiMove, and we're going to go through a Pilates class today. Now there's lots of people that teach Pilates around the world and we've all got slightly different styles. My focus is on mobilizing and having ability to move well. This Pilates does adapt because we're dealing with midlife and beyond. And we're going to have some fun with it. So we start today with some mobility. I want you to think about feet in parallel, and that's focusing more onto the outside edges of the foot. I'll go there you go. More on the outside edges of the foot in parallel. Some of you may feel that your toes are really turning in. They're not. And I just want you just to march, or not march, but sort of bend and lift and lower and breathe as we just move from one foot to the other. Now, for the first time in 18 months this week, I wore wedges and my feet really hurt. Just being on my tiptoes for 8 hours, that's a challenge. Okay, so I want you now to think about the whole of the foot, rolling from the ankle, the knee and the hip, and then we switch direction. So it's just gentle mobility to get us going. Lovely. Let's try the other side. So it's just little circles. Yeah, there's a lot of bones in the foot and it's the ball of the foot that we're focusing on here. The front of the foot, switch direction. And we're just, as you can feel and see, we're just starting to mobilize the hip, the knee and the ankle, get things moving. Good. Hi Jane. Okay, so let's take the feet slightly wider. I want us to rock side to side, but really point through the toes. So you've got a lovely pointy toe. So it's literally the big toe that's left on the floor as you're pointing, because I want you to stretch the front of the foot out. And at the same time, what we're just starting to do is transition and feel some power starting to wake up around the hip and pelvis. Okay, so we've got lovely, and then what we're going to do is just change forward and back. So heel, flex, toe, stretch. Heel, flex, toe, stretch. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Lovely. So when we sit back in our weight and the toe points towards the ceiling, there's that beautiful stretch through the back of the calf. Lovely. Okay, come back to center. Let's just keep rocking side to side. But as you do that this time, let's add in a balance. So straight away, we're straight in there thinking about our balance, being able to stand on one leg. What does that look like? Don't worry about your arms yet. Okay, and then we turn to the other side. Flex foot, stretched front of foot. Flex foot, stretch front of foot. Oh, that feels nice. Actually, it feels different on one side to the other. It's telling me I'm out of balance. Lovely. Okay, so there we are. We're stretching through the legs, mobilizing the legs. Let's now come back to center and we're just going to bend through the knees, rise up onto our tiptoes. Heels settle, bend through the knees, come forward, whoop, rise up onto tiptoes. Do as I say, not what I do. There's been a lot of that in the press recently, isn't it? Okay, so we squat, come forward, rise up. Heels down, settle, squat, come forward, rise up, heels down. Let's do that one more time. And again, this is just us waking up, feet are forward, waking up the front of the thigh, and you may feel a little bit challenged there. Okay, so we're thinking about the hip now. So use the wall for support if you need to, but we're just going to do a little circle in stand. So one hip circle. Don't worry about the knee, this is about the hip. So don't care about precision elsewhere. But what I am worried about, what I want us to take our focus to is the back side of the movement. So come around and squeeze through the back of the butt. Squeeze through the back of the butt. Good, switch sides. Lovely circle. So nothing too onerous yet. Obviously there's a balance challenge there. There's always a wall for support should you need it. Lovely. Think about a little bottom squeeze at the back of the movement. Lovely. And hopefully what I'm also experiencing here is you can feel it on the static leg as well as we move up through the body. Okay, so we are now going to take one foot in front of the other. So let's all take our right foot forward, heel toe. I've got no balance today. So heel toe, right foot forward. Okay, what we're going to do, we're just going to slide down to the side of the knee on each side. This will really challenge your balance. Slide your fingers up the side seams of your top and leggings. Whoop, I'm proper all over the place this morning. Okay, lovely. And then from there, we're going to do this. We're going to twist to the left side. Come back to center. Twist to the left side and come back to center. So your feet are staggered. Twist to the left, back to center. Last time, twist to the left, back to center and release. Okay, switch legs. Now that should have been fairly intense and a bit of a surprise. So you're in a staggered stance, heel toe touch. Lovely, and we slide the hands down towards the knees each time to get going. So that balance will be properly challenged. So your ankles are working really hard to keep you balanced. And it will feel slightly different because you're actually firstly coming out of the midline, but you're slightly twisted as well because you're going down the side seam of the back leg and then the side seam of the front leg. So there's a little bit of rotation there. Now we rotate further. We take our arms out to the side. So we go to the right side and back again. Out to the right side. And this is designed to challenge your balance. Balance in the eyes. This is that coordination. So we're coordinating lower body to upper body. We're creating movement in one element and stability in another. So there's a lot of things going on very early into the session. So you're doing very well. Let's give that one more go. And then you're surprised yourself. Woo! It's okay to fall over like me. Okay, lovely. So let's roll the shoulders. Keep your elbows soft. Let your elbows lead. So the elbows will kind of draw the shoulder blades up and then send them back down again. So this is you just warming up your wings. Lovely. Now we go up into high V. Okay, pop the ribs, pop the chest, and then contract here in the center so we're nice and strong and upright. Okay, so right arm comes down, left arm high. We're going to switch this. So one comes up, one comes down, and then we both go out to the sides. Lovely. So one down, one up, one down, and then out to the side. Lovely. 1, 2. Now remember this for later because our legs might do the same. 1, 2. I'm not going too strong too early because I don't want to freak you out too much. Just enjoy how that feels in the shoulder joint. Beautiful. Last time. So those shoulders are feeling lovely. And then release. Good, 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 good. Come to the back of your mat. We're going to roll down through the spine. And just remember when we do that, we draw the belly in. The focus is always here around your center. So we're thinking about pulling it in to roll, pulling it in to rise and grow. Okay, so what does that look like? We stand at the end of our mat. We take a breath in. As you breathe out, so you're emptying your lungs, you start to roll down. We're not going all the way yet. We just start to flop and dangle. Take a breath in as you exhale, rise up to the top of the movement. Now, a couple of choices here. When you come to the top, you might want to come into extension. So, but you have to squeeze your buttocks to do so. That's an option. Breath in, exhale, chin to chest, roll down a little further. Enjoy that. Look through your thighs. Enjoy the stretch as you go a little deeper. How does that feel? Breath in, exhale and rise. Well done. Last time, breath in, exhale, and we're going to start to walk out. So take your fingers forward. Enjoy until you come all the way to the front of your mat, your knees come down. Okay, so you're in tabletop. So to activate your core muscles in tabletop, you curl the toes under your heels and press your toes down towards the ground. So push with your feet and you should feel yourself automatically snapping into neutral. Okay, so while we're here, let's wake up the back of the arms. So spread your fingers for me. Let's circle first. 360, in fact it's more like a 380. So you kind of go right the way around and then put your brakes on. And it's such a nice feeling around your wrists, a strong feeling around your wrists. Make this as big or as small as you need to. How do your shoulders feel? How do your ankles feel? Okay, beautiful. Lovely. Okay, relax your feet for me. So the front of your feet are on contact with your floor. Take a breath in, lower, breathe out, lift. Inhale to lower, drop your face forward. Exhale, push back. Lovely. Inhale as you lower forward. Exhale as you push back. Let's do this last time. Inhale. Exhale, stretch back in child's pose just for a moment. Now remind yourself here, when you're in child's pose, your class is about you. Okay, find the thing that works for you, and child's pose is deeply personal in terms of how our backs make us feel, the stretches in our arms and shoulders. So if you have to move here to really get into those areas that need stretching off, do it. And settle there for a moment. It's a really nice transition stretch, because out of here we're coming forward into diagonal pointer. So we're in our 4-point kneeling position, and the idea here is finding that balance. Opposite arm to legs. So feel the toe touch and the fingertips touch, then slowly lift. Slowly lower, bring yourself back into 4-point kneeling, release, keep going. So it's alternating hand to foot. You keep going. I've just gone off camera for a second. Don't panic ye not. Lovely. You keep going, I'm watching you. Keep going. There. Good. It's all fine. Now, what have I done? Where am I? The idea behind this, I just need you to sit back for a moment and just rest out your wrists. Okay, let's come back to those tricep press-ups, but this time I want to bring in a bit more balance and core. So we've been here a while, so rest out your wrist. The idea behind this is we're going to take one leg up, so point through the toe. We're going to lower down again and push up again. Got it? And if you want to alternate, that's fine, but I'm going to go for 8 in total. That's 4 and 4. Lower in and lift in. And what you'll notice, the side that the leg is lifted on, that arm and shoulder has to work harder, okay? So think about your alignment. Breathing into lower, breathing out to lift. Breathing into lower, breathing out to lift. How many have we got left? So your hamstrings are starting to fire up, right? Woo! Ah, nearly done, team. Beautiful, because you're going to get pretty arms doing this. Well done. Oh, it's a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? Okay, so I just want us to explore a bit of shoulder mobility here. So take your arms nice and wide. And let's have a little stretch through the bicep first. So the hand is lovely and wide. Okay, try and put one shoulder towards the mat and then the other. Lovely. Okay, and the reason we're doing that, because I want us to push back into downward dog very quickly. I know, I've gone quite tough, haven't I? Very quickly. So we're in our downward dog. Think about the chest. I just want us to stretch out through the back of the leg. That's why I'm doing this, so we can get into some good bridges. Okay, so once again, there's a little walk. So bend one knee, then the other. Think about the stretch through the back of the heel. Have a look through the armpits if you want to. Okay, and then bring your knees down. Lovely. As we're going to come over onto our bottoms, sit on our bums, feet nice and wide. Lovely. Ta-da! Okay, so have a little wiggle jiggle here. Hopefully that little stretch through the back of the knees will help us settle better. Long through the spine. Okay, arms out wide. Rotate. Fold. Lift. Rotate and fold. Now think, as you fold, there's no breath. As you rise, the breath amplifies your core area. So as you lean forward, you breathe out. As you rise, you inflate through the center of your body, okay? Oh, I got something in my eye. Folding and lowering. Take your time here. What are the knees doing? Are we relaxing through the thighs? Are you enjoying that stretch through the back? Lovely. Last time. Well done. Take your hands behind you and turn your fingers away. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then for a moment we're just going to lift the bum. Pop it down. Okay, let's go again. Lift. We're going to do this enough times to feel comfortable, but enough times to feel confident. And see if you can squeeze your bum at the top of the movement. Now, don't worry about your hand placement. That really is like a question of preference here. So, and confidence too. So have a play with the flat of your hands. Or fingers pointing forwards, fingers pointing outwards. How does it feel? There's a lot of work that goes on around the shoulder girdle here, because you're putting power there, but there's a stretch there at the same time. Well done. Okay, shake off your shoulders, feet slightly wider than hip width. Let's roll. Take our time. Roll as far as you can. Take a breath in. Exhale, rise. Lowering. Lifting. Now again, if you find this is a little bit uncomfortable on your tail, work the top end of the movement or the bottom end of the movement, if that makes sense. So either stay quite high or stay low. If you want to, start to come down to the ground. Hands overhead, take a breath in, exhale, roll up to the top of the movement. Roll down. Well done. You're so good. Lovely. Roll on, roll down, stay down, go into a full body stretch. And let's come onto our side. So turn to face me in the first instance. Okay. So we're here on our sides. You can see me okay. Right, okay. So line up, so go long, go long. So stretch your legs as far as you can, point through the toes, feel your hips aligned, nice and tight through your center, nice and tight through your back. And then rest your ear on your elbow if you want to. And we start to go long and lift the legs. So let's do this as a series. So exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. And again. Give me 4 more of these. And 3. Erect the spine either target. So, last time. Foot down. Okay, go long, keep intense. Squeeze the bottom thigh so the bottom leg floats away from the mat and then the top leg lifts. Now from here we come into those circles. So balance is required. Option, fingers to ground or hands to hip. You choose. If you want to, you can take both hands overhead and see how that challenges your balance. It's a bit of a sneaker. Okay, well done. Switch direction. Here we go. Whoop. Whoop. It really does challenge. I feel good on this side. I feel much stronger. But remember, this is about you. Find the thing that works for you. Well done. Hold the leg there, hold it there. Relax the ankle so the toe is pointing down, the heel is pointing up, and we pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5. We're not done. 2, last time, all the way up and down. Here we go. Woo! 7 and 6 and 5. Well done. Ow, ow. And 3 more. 2 more. Don't grimace, you've got to do this with teeth, right? And release. Take the foot in front of you, give yourself a pat, give yourself a rub. Good, stay there for a moment. We good? Okay, so we did this in Pilates on Friday. What I want you to do is use that top arm to push yourself up and then let yourself go down again. Push yourself up. So do this a handful of times for me. So this is, again, it's preparatory work. It's us practicing getting on and off the floor in different positions. So this is why this bit's so important to me. Well done. Last time. Okay, swing those feet around. And actually you might enjoy that little stretch off through the hip at the same time. Again, if that's a bit intense, you can always use a bit of soft cushion to lie on. Okay, so we're on the other side. Let's roll down and then go long. Okay, so we're long and lengthened. Ear is rested and nestled into your arm. Think about your alignment. So go so long and so intense, tension on everywhere, we can lift the legs. 1 and 2. Now if it's too much with your hand on your hip, take your hand to the floor. Find the thing that works for you. But you know what? Just push yourself. So if you're used to doing this with your hand, What does it feel like if you put your hand on your hip and repeated the same movement, hey? Well done. Okay, relax. Bottom leg is still lifted, so it's not completely turned off. There is tension on there, and top leg begins to circle. So remember your hand options with the top arm. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I'm resting on my power pack. So if I roll backwards and come off my hip, I impale myself. So well done. We're nearly through. Then we switch direction. Here we go. Switch direction. Ow. 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 Hold it there. Relax the foot. Heel is high. We pulse. Pulse. Pulse, pulse, good job. Ow, ow, ow. And then from there we go high, ready? So we go up, 8, 7. Your waistline will thank you, just not today. 6 and 5. Well done. 4 more. 2. Last time. And then release. Good job. Whew. I keep losing my earpiece. Okay, my fault because I forgot my own one today. Up and down. Up and down. A few more times. This time is your last time up. And then from here you roll onto your back. Okay, so use this opportunity to have a quick sip of whatever it is. Mine is decaf coffee with oat milk. Nice. Why'd you bother? Actually, oat milk's really tasty. It's quite nutty. Okay. We'll roll down. Full body stretch. Give yourself a moment. Right leg over left. Go long. Undo. Left leg over right. Go long. And feel those stretches out. That's the important thing, that we feel around the pelvic area that things are just letting go. Okay. Then we draw the heels to bottom. We're not doing anything yet but stretching out the hip flexors. So don't worry about foot or knee alignment. Just think about pushing your bum skywards and just allow the pelvis to stretch out here a little. And to do that best is to clench your bum cheeks. If you want to, just see if your knees will just drop out to the out and your feet drop out to the outside edges of the foot, and just keep clenching your butt. Okay, you might feel a bit juddery, that's normal. And then relax your bum cheeks. Bring your back and bottom down onto the mat. Lift with one knee, then the other, and then just hold your bottom and hold your thighs into chest. Okay, so from here we come up into tabletop. Lovely. Okay, take your arms out to 3 and 9 o'clock. That's important. Okay, and from here, we're just going to take a tap down and bring it up, one leg at a time. So this is scissors. So we're still bracing through our center. Now it's a hip movement, not a knee movement, okay? It's that from the hip, the knee is fixed. The knee shape doesn't change. It's the hip that's moving, not the knee. Lovely. Good. Bracing through your center. If you want to, no, we'll stay here for now. Okay, so we got 10 more of these. Think about your breath. As we get tired and fatigue the muscles, there will be a natural lifting of your center. So we need to think that tight. We need to think about engage through the center of your body. Think about how your core muscles are pulling you down towards the to the mat. Don't lose your shape. Good job. I think that's the last one. Draw your knees to the chest, give yourself a touch. So from here, we started doing this a couple of weeks ago. It's opposite arm to leg. Okay, so one goes straight and then we bring it in. So right leg goes straight, left arm goes long overhead. Okay, got it? Okay, so that is your option. What I'm challenging you with is, hang on a minute, shall I start again? I'm all of a doodah. Right, what I want is left leg long, right leg out to 9 o'clock. Up, switch, 3 o'clock arm, other leg extended. Bring it in and bring it out. Got it? Let me just have a quick check on Zoom that you've got it all working. Lovely. So we went from scissors to single leg stretch. Yeah, the hip flexors get a bit of a battering. So your instinct now as you relax is to draw your knees into your bum. That's always your option, but actually one of the better things you can do is pop your feet to the floor, go wide with your feet. Just knock your knees in and out. I love a knee knock. Okay, then we push up the hips again and knee knock again, and that should feel very different. So try and draw your thighs together, lift the bottom in the hips. I'm sure I've told you this a million times. I learnt this while trading in Hawaii. Name dropping. Okay. Whew, spine comes down. Now let's have a look at some quality bridges now. So we think feet in alignment. So think about a hand width between your knees, feet forward, long through the spine. Start to push the ground away with your heels. Allow your pelvis to roll up, come to the very top of the movement where you're on the top of your shoulders, and then slowly lay it back down. Enjoy this. Now, if you want to, there's always options. You can rise up onto your tiptoes as you come into full bridge. You can bring in your arms, and don't get confused here which bit goes when. Do what makes you feel comfortable. As a rule of thumb, you roll up, up through the back, then onto your tiptoes, then your arms overhead. Lay your spine back down because it's really good for your rib cage. And then the final thing is arms, feet. So it sounds complicated. If you get it in a different routine and a different pattern, it doesn't matter. Your leg won't fall off today. Coming up onto your tiptoes does allow you to increase your range as you lift yourself up, which is a nice thing. So you get to squeeze your bum a bit more and you get to increase and stimulate the back side of the body. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm giving you no time to break. One leg closest to me is lifted and long. So that's straightened off. Now we're going to try and come up into a bridge again. So we're pushing the ground away. Take that leg to the top of the move. Drop it down once and up and 2 and up and 3 and up. Spine down. Lower leg. Switch sides. Stretch out leg. Go long. When you're ready, rise up into the bridge all the way to the top. And then we pump the leg 3 times. Then we lay the spine down and go long with the leg before we settle the foot. Let's repeat. I like that. That feels good. That's so strengthening into the back. So we rise up, leg to ceiling, and then it pumps. So it's about 110 degrees the leg moves through. Whew. Spine down. Last time. Push up, 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 up. 3 big pumps. Lovely. Bend the knee, spine comes down, foot to floor. Both knees drop to one side, send your arms out wide. Stay there. So we're getting into the waist a bit now. See if you can to push into this stretch, okay? See if you can bring both knees together. So there's a bit of clenching through the buttocks going on here and a bit of a squeeze through the hips. So arms out to 3 and 9 o'clock. Really focus on getting those knees together if you can. Release. And then we switch sides. So when we're into position here, arms out 3 and 9 o'clock, work on pushing the knees together and your bottom will lift. There will be a natural lift through your hips. And try, if you can, to look in the opposite direction. Really squeeze through the buttocks here. And enjoy, because yeah, it stretches in the armpit, in the front of the pec. And we did some strong pec work earlier on. Jane, you all right? No. Yes. What? She's okay. Okay. Feet wide, knees together. Just settle there for a minute. Feet wide, knees together. Knees separate, so your feet are still wide, and then drop your knees down to one side. Enjoy that stretch through the hip flexor. Come up and over and switch sides. And again, know your body, listen to it, because you might feel a pull from your inside of your hip bones. And again, that is all connecting to your lower limbs. So your psoas, we're stretching out beautifully here. And again, it's responsible for back pain in many of us. Well done. Okay, reset ourselves. I'd like us to come into one leg circle. We haven't done this for a month or so. So setting up the body, go long, left leg long. Right leg is the moving leg. Right leg comes up towards the ceiling, out towards the side, to the bottom of your yoga mat and back up again. So it's not quite a circle, it's more of a semicircle. Up and out, around and down. Feel the tension on through your abdominals. Okay, and then we reverse. So heel down and out and up and down. That's quite strong. Last time. Well done. And then we switch sides. So we start by coming up and out, around and down. Well done. Yeah, don't forget to breathe in any fashion. Now we switch direction. Good luck, everyone, as we're getting tired at this point in the session. One more. Okay. Give yourself a moment. How do we feel? Give me a thumbs up. Good. We're not done, but you knew that. Okay, so we're going to rock and roll into a seated position. Okay, we are coming up onto our knees and we're going to work the waist. Okay. So glad I plaited my hair today. Hot, isn't it? Okay, so here we are in the top third of your mat. We look to extend one leg. See how that feels, Chris? What we're doing, we're coming into some waist work to start with. And then from there, we're going to carry on and lift the leg, okay? So I want you to have a little play with this. Firstly, on the extended leg, the foot is forward. You might want to turn the toe out if you feel uncomfortable, but let's try in the first place to have the foot facing forward. Okay, bring your fingertips to your temples, lower and rise. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So lower and rise. So that's modification, lower and lift. So Owen, can you just quickly change camera for a minute? So in stand, similar move, okay? Without putting too much stress on the hip. So, and longer your arms are, longer the levers, more intensity into your center. And that looks like this, okay? So we open and then we close. Did you see that? Open arms and then close. Whew, hello ribs. Lovely. So you have to engage through your center to support the movement. Last time, hand down, leg lift. So high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Good job. Other side. You okay? Right, so think about your alignment. Okay, I love this one because it really does, it does open the hips but keeps the hips in a really strong position. So we're stabilizing, lower and lifting to get going. I can imagine, Jane, when you're on your boat, this type of lean to get something, it's a good thing. Okay, what happens if we add in the arms? So long and pull up, long and pull up. Good. Well done. Whew. I've had a really good workout today. Well done. Last time. Okay, and here we go for 8. So 8 and 7 and 6. 2. Last time. Turn over. Curl toes, down dog. I'm going to go the other direction for the sake of sanity and not looking at my bum on camera too much. Okay. Now I want you in this position to completely let your belly go. Let it sink and sag. And then I want you as forcefully as possible, pull it all in as tight as you can. And then let it go. So pull it in as tight as you can and let go. So we're really contracting through our center and then let go. And let's do that again. Contract and hold. Let go. So this is really pulling in your belly, okay? Naturally, your pelvic floor will lift. Let's try both together. So belly and pelvic floor. Tighten, tighten, tighten. And let go. Do that again. Whew. Last time. Everything pulls in. Well done. Okay, now let's march those knees again like we did earlier on. Actually got... That's made me hot. Really hot. Okay. It's good, isn't it? You like that? You like that? Good. Okay, so you settle back onto your knees for a second. Let's just have a little play with the movement because I want to go from square on hips. Which camera am I on? I want to go from square on hips to open hips, okay? So square on to open. So we might need to change cameras because my leg's going high. Okay, so from here, we start in down dog. We lift the leg, so take our time to lift the leg. Okay, then we bend the knee and open up. Close the hips, straighten the leg, and then bring the leg down, okay? So we start with closed hips. The leg lifts as high as you can. Then it bends and then we open or rotate. Oh, hello, hamstrings. Then we square off the hips, straighten the leg and bring the leg down. So it's quite a lot of challenge going on there. Okay, so starting your down dog if you're not already there. Lift leg, hips closed as high as you can. Bend knee, open hips. Okay, close hips, extend leg. Leg comes down, switch sides. Lift. Bend and open. Ah. Close, extend. Leg down. One more each side. Well done. Well done. Ah, and release. Good job, team. You did really well. Ah, can I have a thumbs up that I haven't killed you all? You're all right. Oops, sorry. It's me, isn't it? Okay, let's do a little stretch. Again, it's hip stretch. Let's take your back leg forward. So the left leg comes forward. Weirdly, see how you feel with this, Chris? What I want you to do is spin your back leg in. Okay, and then from there, take your left arm to left inside knee and just rock forward and back. Now I feel this pulls in my pelvis. So we go from everything facing forward, but then we pivot on the back knee. It just, what it does, it opens the hips a little bit more and it's a rock forward and back. How do we feel? Do we like that? It's nice, isn't it? Okay, it's a bit of a challenge. So use the arm just to press outwards and settle forwards. Arm comes up. Just feel that stretch through the armpit. And then lean in a little bit so we're getting a stretch through your obliques, around your ribs. And then release. Good job, everyone. Okay, let's switch sides. So think about big stride forward first, and then we spin on that back knee so the foot turns, and then we just spend time moving forward and backwards. And there's always like a little nasty here where we go, pulls into the groin a little. Think about, remember when we always talk about your movement, how does your body feel? What could you do to increase the range here, or is there a little sweet spot? I do say sweet spot a lot, don't I? Add in the arm, and then find that thing that works. Well done. Okay, come out of that. You're facing me. Okay, and once again, what we're going to do, we're going to take our hands wide. Okay, as wide as you can. Bend through the elbows, settle the chest forward, let your elbows come forward, and then work on just bringing one shoulder towards the ground. So you'll start here, your elbows, your shoulders won't actually touch the ground at this point. But what changes, the arms go really long. Now, let's see if you can pop the whole of the shoulder to the mat. Woo! Well done. And then settle back into child's pose. Enjoy how that feels in your back. Use the power in your upper body just to stretch out through the limbs. Is there something that you could add into that to make that better for you? Well done. And then from there, make yourself comfortable. Have a sip of something. I'm steaming. That was some workout today, team. I've got no regrets at all. You lot are going, what the hell? And I'm like, yay. Okay. Now, firstly, just think about being in a comfortable position for about 5 minutes. You're feeling good. Just reward yourself, and that's what this bit is. This is the joy of you've trained, you've worked on your pelvic health, you've worked on your core, you've worked on you. It's been just a little journey of self-discovery and self-awareness. And awareness is one of those key pillars in the Pilates method, just to listen and know your body, know what it needs. And that's that intuition that we have. I've noticed myself recently thinking I've got pain and I need to exercise, opposed to I've got pain and I'm going to take a tablet. It really does make a difference because I'm listening, and listening is important. The world's bonkers. And we just can't fix it all right now. But what we can do is start from our own experience and our own love and kindness, and re-engage with ourselves first. And this just gives us that power to be better, being the best version of ourselves as we start to move forward into the new world. And sometimes it is just a smile. And just know that we deeply care for each other. Start with your breath. Listen to your breath. And be mindful of sounds in your space. And just move from one sound to the next sound without judgment. Just appreciate the busyness of life. And that breath that we take for granted, that automatic function of our body. And yet the sigh is when we breathe out the tension. And sometimes it's time to let go. And when we let go the breath too. I want you to think about holding and tension. And sometimes we hold too tight. So think about a little dandelion that's got the lovely little whisper fluffy bits on it, or a feather. And I want you to imagine that in your hand. And you can't hold it tightly because you will damage it, or you'll ruffle the feather, or you'll break the fronds off. It's kind of a metaphor for life sometimes, to hold life lightly. So many things we can't control, and sometimes we hold on so tightly. actually we don't need to hold on so tightly, because we're actually really safe and grounded, and you won't fall or fail. And even if you do, that's okay. But it's important to know that by holding life lightly, good things happen. We let go, we lose that protection. Self-defense, that's what I'm saying, the self-protection. And then what happens is suddenly your light goes brighter because you're letting the tension out of your hands and you're just holding on lightly, gently. And when you do that, magic happens. Take a long breath into body. When you're ready, start to create some movement to your body. That will slowly bring you into a seated position. Take your time. I'm hoping you've got a big fat smile on your face now. Okay. Take a stretch out through your arms. Take it up. Bring your hands together into the center of your heart space. Let's do that one more time. Take a big fat breath in. And then give yourselves a round of applause. Well done, my angels. Thank you so much. You were brilliant today. And I felt like we went quick and hard, but well done. Okay, Owen, you there?